Hey, how's it going? Most of us start each year with good intentions. We have a list of things that we're going to start or stop doing. The year feels fresh, and it's about time to be the person that we always wanted to be, right? But yet, at some point in the year, all of that shine wears off, and we start to go back to old patterns and behaviors. Some of us even write off the entire year if we failed at our New Year's resolution by the time we hit February and decide to try again next year. But holding on to the idea that a new year somehow magically makes it possible for us to do better, we postpone change to a later date. I'm sure you've done this too, right? And this is a little trick that we play on ourselves. It's a way to opt out of truly engaging in our own lives, to actually take account for what we're doing. We're effectively cheating ourselves and switching off because it's too hard to keep showing up. Well, I'm Joseph Sonavantes, father and life coach, also the founder of Your Cup of Joe, here to help you make progress on your goals. You know, I used to do this every single year myself, so you're not alone. I'd set myself impossible goals in January, and then by the time my birthday came around or I fell off the wagon, I basically it would be game over for me, right? And I mean, I'd commit to having, say, like no chocolate ever again. And I know that everybody that I've talked to when I used to do performance coaching, that's what they would talk to me about. Oh yeah, I'd give up chocolate, and that would be the thing I'd never touch again. And then you wouldn't, you'd relapse, and you wouldn't only have one, but you'd have the entire box, right? Well, I decided I'd broken the deal and might as well carry on eating. So I then declared that the resolution was out of date and postponed it to the following year. Well, I commit to going to the gym like 3 times a week. When I knew that I wasn't a morning person, first of all, and that was the only time I had time for it, and that I wasn't a gym person. I hated going into a gym and being in that experience because I was weak at that point, right? And then I'd spend the first 6 weeks of the year finding reasons and ways to talk myself out of it. It was just an inevitable thing that we all do, right? Because it's something different and we don't know the steps. So I'd obsess about maintaining my daily writing streaks with Your Cup of Joe because I knew I felt better when I journaled every day. But as soon as I'd miss a day, I'd give up and not touch it until I bought yet another brand new journal to write in for the next year. So if you are like me and you have like 10 of them, then you know why. But it's time to get back into starting that. My intentions would often fall outside of my circle of influence. For example, I would decide that I was going to improve a relationship with a friend, and I was going to do this all by myself without even talking to him. And, it's so that the onus was on me and not on that person because I was the one that needed to engage, right? So, of course, as soon as we had an argument, I'd give up because, well, it was too hard. I was always so hard on myself, expecting that somehow I would magically become this healthy eating, exercise obsessed, creative, and brilliant being just by deciding to do so on the first day of the year. Well, worse still, I wouldn't acknowledge that I was probably already a creative and brilliant being who just needed to unlock these qualities from within himself because I was too busy scolding myself for not maintaining a streak or meeting impossible goals. Sound familiar? I mean, I'm sure you've experienced some of these exact same things, but the thing is, we need to understand how to break the cycle. So, I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to do that. All right. Number one, you need to set kinder, more manageable intentions. I found that if I want to be healthier, I need to choose a small goal that's aligned with that's aligned with me rather than something that feels so big that it's so hard to do and I don't see the road to get there. So my intentions for this month, for example, is to do 20 minutes of meditation every day or as many days as I manage, right? I'm not going to set false expectations on myself, but I want to do 20 minutes a day. Then the length of time is small, so it feels achievable, right? I mean, we're only talking about 20 minutes. More importantly, it's not about having a streak of doing it every day, but about showing up as many days as you can, even if you miss a day or two here and there. And don't come down on yourself so hard just because you do that. It's not the end of the world. You're trying to build new habits for the rest of your life. So take it day by day. The second thing is review regularly and gently with yourself. I would then check in on every week and reflect on how it was going with my intentions. I would celebrate the 3 or 4 times I managed to actually commit to them and gently look at how I might be able to increase that number. So what's getting in the way of me meditating 7 days a week? Am I rushing too much in the morning, or am I not focusing on giving that amount of time necessary for that? How can I improve that situation is the question that I would ask myself. Or do I feel comfortable with the amount I'm doing, and can I celebrate that it's actually starting to make progress, that I'm starting to do it little by little, right? And then the third thing is super important. You got to find a cheer squad. I've noticed that if I told somebody else that I'm going to do something, that there's a little more pressure on me to actually do it. It's not that the other person would be judgmental if I did it, but that I verbalized and created the intention outside of myself. And I know that there's a cheer squad or cheerleader waiting to tell me what a great job I did. It also helps impress on the subconscious what it is that you actually want to accomplish. And by that, you'll start to have realizations of what you need to do in order to accomplish that goal. The fourth thing is, in order to get, you have to give. So you have to become a cheerleader yourself. By the same token, supporting other people with their intentions and goals has brought me even more focus on my own. Every time members, even some of you, my online community, check in with me in direct message or in comments to tell me about how they're doing with their intentions so I can cheer them on, it's a gentle and kind reminder that I also have my own to progress on and share with them. And it works in reciprocation, so we can give and receive. All right. 5, you have to have a plan for when things go wrong, because it tends to, okay? One of the main reasons we give up on things is that we don't have a plan for when things go wrong. If I came home late because of a hard day and haven't already planned a healthy meal that's easy to make or already prepared, then it's almost a guarantee that I won't have the energy to even think about what I want to eat. And I'll probably just pick up the phone and order a pizza, right? If I haven't planned for the possibility of that sort of thing happening, then I'm just going to get home late, or I'm going to get a flat tire or something. I'm not even equipped to deal with it. So the beauty of this is you learn as you go along. Sometimes things happen when you're not prepared for that specific instance, and you act out of alignment with that intention. But then you could always look at why it happened by reviewing it regularly and gently, as I mentioned before, and then try to put a plan in place for the next time that something like that happens, because you know as well as I do that it happens over and over and over again until we learn not to commit the same faults. So there will always be some scenarios you haven't considered, but the pool will get much smaller and you'll be prepared to stay true to yourself through adversity or temptation when you have plans in place. I now set out time on Sundays to ensure that my meals are prepared for the week, and so that during the week when I can't seem to make up my mind and feel too tired to think about what to eat, I can just go to that. Now, obviously, if I really want a pizza, I still order one. But in this intentionality of making the choice, being in control and being prepared, that allows me to feel good about making that decision to go eat that pizza, even if it's not the best thing for me. All right. Number 6, remember why you're doing this. Look, here's the thing. If it all starts to get stressful, then you're going to make it too hard. All right. Sometimes I get stressed about not having time to fit in my meditation practice, mostly because I made the mistake of leaving it until the end of the day rather than doing it first thing in the morning when I wake up. But, getting stressed about something, that's not meant, or that's meant to make you less stressed. It just doesn't make any sense, right? Getting stressed, really, if it's meant to make you less stressed, then something's wrong. Because being stressed out does not make you calm down. It doesn't make you want to do those things that you've already prepared for yourself. So if your goal is to be less stressed and you don't have time to do, say, the 20-minute meditation you plan, why not breathe long and deep for 1 minute or for 30 seconds? Hell, that counts, right? If your goal was to go to the gym and work out for an hour, but the day got away from you, why not do 5 minutes of jumping jacks and running on the spot? That counts too. If you remember your why, you'll find a workaround that motivates and keeps you going. One way you can do this is to ask yourself the question, what would this look like if it was easy? Think about that. What would this look like if it was easy to do? If it was easy to go to the gym, or if it was easy to lift the weights, or if it was easy to meal prep? Give yourself permission to break this annual cycle of setting goals for yourself, because now we're into the March period, and I'm sure you've experienced that frustration recently. Be gentler with yourself and just show up and do your best every single day for every moment. Surround yourself with people who will cheerlead you and commit to learning every time things don't go to plan. It's not about whether this is your year. It's about the fact that this is your life, and actions will create your reality. Just remember to show up every day and give your best, because you know what? That's what I'm here for. I'm always going to give my best, and I'll always give my best to you. I appreciate you taking some time out of your day and listening to this life hack. I hope that you can implement these strategies, that you even learn to practice meditation. And if you're interested in practicing meditation, if you give me about 5 minutes, what you can do is down in the comment section of this video, you can actually type in the message meditation, and that will get you into my personal assistant Java bot, who will actually help you out. I'll also put the short link so that if that doesn't work, there's some issues with technology sometimes. You just click that link in the comments or in the about of this video, and that'll take you to connect with my personal assistant. So I thank you so much. Have an amazing remainder of your day, and remember to live intentionally and do everything on purpose. And I promise you, as long as you're in alignment with your ultimate goals and where you want to go, be kind with yourself. Take some time, focus on you, and things will turn out exactly as you want them to. Take care. Have a blessed day. Have an amazing day.